Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Christopher back again, dropping another video. It is currently 8 o'clock in the morning. I got up super early today, 5 in the morning, but that's not the point, man. By the way, I'm enjoying a nice little coffee, so cheers to that. I'm about to get ready to do my fasted cardio, but I decided, as I was here laying kind of bored, to make a little video as to like what are some signs that you're like in a very steep caloric deficit. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because as I was laying and stuff and I thought about the weird food cravings that I'll be having, or like the weird creative like combinations of different foods like that I'll be doing on a cut, as well as noticing different flavors that I feel like normally I never taste. For example, right, I'm drinking this like instant Colombian coffee. It's not the greatest, you feel me? Especially if you're eating normally, like, okay, instant coffee, it's kind of mid, right? But as I was drinking this, I started to like taste different notes. Like, I was like, wait, hold up, since when was black coffee flavored? And then I realized, wait, this is like not, this is because I'm like so desensitized to food that it's like I'm tasting things I didn't even be tasting before. And so I guess that's the first point. That's the first thing that I'll say is that when you're cutting super hard, and I mean, this is relative to everybody. Like for some people, maybe a pound a week is hard, or maybe like, I don't know, like just not drinking soda is hard. I don't know. So this is very relative. I'm not saying that this is necessarily like there's a specific requirement as to, okay, if you are doing 1,000 calories, 1,000 calorie deficit, that this is when this happens, or if you're doing 2,000 calorie deficit, this is when happens. I think more so it's about the duration of time. So like how long have you been in this deficit, as well as how aggressive it is to you, relatively speaking, right? So duration and also aggressiveness relative. Now, for me, this past week, past 2 weeks, I've been pretty aggressive. You know what I'm saying? There's some days I'll do like 1,800. Some days I'm doing 2,000. You know what I'm saying? And you might say, dude, that's not that aggressive. Well, okay, here's the point. I get 10 plus thousand steps a day. I work a very physical job. I work two jobs. And I'm also training. And my training is not light. I do very intense workouts. So, like, all of that and doing 2,000 calories, you feel me? And already being a guy who, burns a lot of calories at rest, at least when I'm like in a maintenance phase, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty aggressive, bro. And I've been doing this for about a week, 2 weeks, like really dialing it in because today is my last day. I'm holding water though, which I find interesting because, you know what I'm saying, I think it's gone to the point where, you know what I'm saying, when you do so much physical things, when you do so much, activity, you eventually begin to even start holding water because your body is like, in a sense, trying to preserve, the everything, I suppose, right? The electrolytes, the this, the that, the third, you feel me? And so, yeah, man. But I'm not gonna train today. Today begins my deload period. After this cut, I said that I was gonna deload, and so yesterday I hit legs, and to be honest, it was a kind of mid workout, but I mean, still hit legs. You feel me? And so we're gonna take this week off. But yeah, first thing, man, you get these weird flavor notes. Like for example, too, I was like eating beans and stuff, or no, it wasn't beans, was it? What was it? What was the thing that I was eating that I started tasting different things in it? I'm not sure. I remembered it. It was because I'm drinking coffee, but I remember this happened, I think, yesterday. I want to say it was cottage cheese with some cereal. Like, I started tasting that, and first of all, that combo was very weird. You know what I'm saying? Normally, I'm not mixing cereal with cottage cheese. Like, bro, what are you doing? But I mean, I'm in a deficit, and like, it's gotten to a point, bro, where even that is crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, it is actually kind of good. Like, I never tried it really, but it's actually pretty good. Like, there's something to that, you know, cottage cheese curd with like the crunchy, like sweet but almost like not too sweet almonds with like the, because I had honey oats. I don't know, bro, it low-key kind of slapped. It kind of slapped. I think another weird combo I did was like this isn't really weird, but I mean, I like put vegetables in like Greek yogurt, and normally like I don't really do that. Like I don't really mix my Greek yogurt with veggies, but like I don't know, it was actually pretty good too. Put like cinnamon, I think, some syrup maybe. I don't know, you just get weird cravings, honestly. Weird, and I won't even really say they're cravings, they're just more like you get creative because in a sense like at this point, you know, everything tastes good, like just everything, you know. So that's another thing. Um, Third thing I guess would be you're hungry. Like you're hungry, but not just like kind of hungry, but like enough that it's like it's starting to kind of like okay, it's starting to interrupt your day. You feel me? Like maybe you're working and normally you're working and you can feel a little hungry, but it's not that serious. Next thing you know, you're so hungry. It's like you gotta like low key like you're just distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have some kind of appetite suppressant, so like caffeine, coffee, energy drinks, just something, even gum, just something, it's like you're gonna just be kind of miserable, to be honest with y'all boys. Uh, is that the third thing? Oh, fourth thing. You start losing your head a little bit. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you start to honestly become a little bit foggy in the head sometimes, you know? Like you might realize like you're slower and it takes a little harder, more effort to actually want to do stuff. Like if I'm being honest, if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, I drink coffee and, you know, fat burners and all this, like I would be kind of veggie like in my head, I feel like. And that's another sign that, you know, you're in a pretty deep deficit, honestly. Um Third or no, yeah, this is what I mean though. Like, I don't even know what points I'm making. Fifth point, let's just say fifth point. Fifth point, man. Your sleep. You know, your sleep. You know what I'm saying? Your sleep becomes a little harder for sure. And I did some research. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact. Well, there's multiple reasons, but I mean, serotonin's one of them. Carbohydrates increase serotonin and lower cortisol. And if you're in a diet, especially an aggressive one, your cortisol as well as your serotonin is probably gonna drop a little bit. And so you'll notice that it's a lot harder for you to actually feel like tired in the night. But also, you know, if you're doing stimulants like late in the afternoon to suppress the appetite, that's gonna also impact your sleep. Um, I'm definitely kind of guilty of that. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. But anyways, what else? Yeah, man. I mean, dude, there's a lot of things that happen. To be honest, your whole body, you know, eventually gets to a point where, and this doesn't happen for everybody. Like I have a brother who's been cutting for, you know, months and months, and this hasn't happened to him. At least not that I'm aware of. Um, but because like I said, it takes a certain level to get to this point. Like this doesn't happen if you're cutting very mildly, but if you're like in a very steep deficit, like I'm talking contest prep type levels, where you're doing like 45 minutes to an hour of cardio, you're taking fat burners, you're trying to really push the that deficit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna notice these things, I think, or at least a couple of them. And so this is what I wanted to say, because as I'm approaching, well, today is the last day of the cut. After this, you guys are not gonna be seeing me talking about, oh, Christopher, bro, like you've been on the cut, this, that, that. Anyways, um, I'm bulking after this, man. Y'all might be like, dude, you already look bulked. Um, I'll put a photo at the end of this video. I'm not bulked, boys. Trust me. Anyways, or just look at the thumbnail. I'm not honestly put a thumbnail. You feel me? I'll put a thumbnail of what I look like essentially. Um, but anyways, you know, it's weird. Sometimes you do hold water in different areas of your face. At least for me. Sometimes it goes to the waist. Sometimes my lower back. I think the three places I personally hold water are my face, my lower back, and sometimes in the waist. Um, and you kind of just intuitively know. I think if you're very in tune with your body, like I am, you kind of know when you're storing water, where you're storing water, and stuff like that. Um, but yeah.